Hey you guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing a quick speed review on the products that I've been testing out the last couple months, like 1 or 2 months I want to say, and I am proud of myself. I don't have a lot to talk about, so this should be a very fast speed review, hopefully. But yeah, I just haven't had time to really test out a lot of new products, and yeah, that's why you probably haven't seen a lot of videos from me, but I promise next year will be so much better. I plan to do a lot of more videos, but I will talk about that in another video. But yeah, don't forget, if you like these types of videos, to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. Now let's go ahead and get into this speed review. Okay guys, let's start with my favorite products, my top-notch products that have been my favorite so far in the last couple of months. Let's start with foundation. The first foundation I have is from Hourglass. This is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I have mine in the shade 200 Light Medium Neutral. You guys, I really enjoyed this foundation so far. I've been using it a ton. It does come with a pump, and the color is a good match for me. It is medium coverage, but I don't mind. I can build it up a little bit more to get my desired coverage. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Actually, I think this is, no, there's one more product that I'm going to talk about. So I do have 2 products that I've tried from the brand that I've absolutely loved. Everything else has kind of been like a miss for me. I was really afraid that I wasn't going to enjoy the brand, but like I said, I did find a couple products that I did enjoy, and this was one of them. I just, like I said, really do love this foundation. And yeah, the other foundation I want to talk about, I do like a little bit more than the Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I have mine in the shade number 6. This does give me a more higher coverage than the Hourglass does, but this looks so beautiful on my skin. It doesn't look cakey. It looks natural, but still gives me some coverage. And this does look natural as well. It doesn't look cakey, but like I said, I prefer this one a little bit more. I have been gravitating towards this one more. And this one, number 6, like I said, is a perfect match for me. I'm just really surprised. And yeah, I've been really enjoying this foundation. This is something that I just see myself using a lot, especially during the winter time this year. So yeah, this was a hit for me. Then the other product from Hourglass that I really enjoyed is this loose powder. This is the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. I have mine in this shade Neutral Peach. Now this is a good shade for me. They do have a couple shades in the collection. I think they have like 4 or 5. I'm not 100% sure. It does come with a mesh in the center, but I did rip mine just because I don't like this type of packaging. You could tell, like, even I don't like this circle right here because I feel like I can't get the product out. So, and it's very messy. That's one thing about this that is very messy. Even if I didn't cut the mesh, it was still messy for me. But I really do enjoy this powder. It leaves my skin looking blurred and flawless, and I think I did mention in a couple times in my videos that this is a close dupe for me for the Too Faced Peach Perfect that's been discontinued. You guys know that's like my holy grail powder, and this has definitely helped me find a powder to replace the Too Faced one. But yeah, I really do enjoy this powder. Then moving on to a bronzer. I was actually surprised that I was going to like this bronzer, but this is from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and this is the Pressed Bronzer in the shade Vitamin D. You guys, this bronzer on me is so beautiful. The color is perfect for me. I didn't think it was going to be, but that's what the color looks like. Let's see if I can give it a swatch. It's not too orange. It's not too cool tone. It's just the perfect in between for me, and it blends out smoothly. It doesn't get patchy on my skin. And yeah, I just really have been enjoying this bronzer a lot, and I cannot wait to, I think I might pick up another shade. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. And the smell, oh my god, is to die for. I know I've heard some people complain that they don't like the smell, but I am one of the people that love the smell of this. So I just really did enjoy this bronzer a lot. And then the last 2 products in my favorites category are eyeshadow palettes. The first one, it is the Natasha My Dream palette. I've really been enjoying this palette a lot. This is what it looks like. Like, you can tell that I've been using this palette. I like all the shades, except I'm not really a fan of her cream to powder in this palette, which is this shade and yeah, this shade right here. So these two like burgundy purple fuchsia colors, they are not buildable. They're not pigmented enough for me. I remember when I got, I think it was the retro palette that had the cream to powder, and that was like the first time, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I really enjoyed the cream to powder in that palette, and I was just so excited because it had these cream to powders that I thought it was going to be the same as the retro, but unfortunately it wasn't. But the two that I don't like, it's okay, because the rest of the palette I do. I like this black. It is a black eyeshadow. Then you have this multi-chrome right here at the top, and then you could just do so much with this palette. You can do like a dark grungy color here. This is great for like winter time, and then you have these colors right here that you could use for the fall time. Yeah, so I just really have been enjoying this palette, and this is a good price point. This is the $69 palettes that she has. I do recommend, if you guys have not tried Natasha Denona's formula, to start off with either the $25 palettes, like the 5-pan palettes, or the $69 shadows, because these ones are really good. I do highly recommend these palettes, and this one was a great palette for me, and I know I'm going to be using it a lot from now up until like a little bit past winter, even after winter. Like I said, it's just one of those palettes that I could use all year around. Hey guys, and then the final product in my favorites category, and it's the last palette that I'm going to talk about. I'm not sure if I talked about this in my previous like speed reviews, but I'm going to talk about it again anyways, just in case. But I am talking about the Tarte After Dark Man Eater palette. You guys, I have been enjoying this palette so much. I know I'm going to use this a lot more during the I was gonna say springtime, during the fall time. Like, you could just tell these colors right here is so perfect for the fall, and then the winter time down here, and then if you want something neutral, you got it in these other shades. This is just a really great palette. I've really been enjoying this palette. It isn't too big. It is very compact, so I don't mind that it is a little bit larger like this way, but this is like, you could really keep it stored great, just because look at how thin it is. Like, I really do like that a lot, so I don't mind that it is a little bit bigger. But the shades in this, perfection. Like, Tarte really did do such a great job with this. And I did, spoiler alert, I don't know if I talked about this yet, but I did go ahead and pick up their other holiday collection palette, the one that had 2 palettes in one. I thought that was such a great deal for 2 eyeshadow palettes that I went ahead and bought it. I did find it at Ulta, and I swatched some of the shades, and it was just so good. Like, I had to get it, so I did pick up those. I will be trying it in an upcoming video. But yeah, this palette was just such a stand up palette for me. I really did like it. The shadows are blendable, they work good. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this palette. I just really did enjoy this palette. Okay, you guys, let's move on to my like category. Now, these are products that I liked, but they weren't perfect, but they weren't bad. They were just in between, so I don't know how else to explain it, but I promise you, these are not bad products. They just, you know, maybe 1 or 2 tweaks that needed to be done to these products, or they're probably just a little bit not my preference. But anyways, let's start off with the rest of the Natasha Denona My Dream collection. Now, I didn't get the collection from the lip products, but I did have the originals in my collection already. This is part of the Dream collection, like with just different packaging. So I do have the lip liner Natasha and the lipstick Natasha as well. I really did like these a lot. The lip liner is a little bit too creamy for me, but I could get past it. It's workable. Like I said, I really did like the formula. I like the color. And yeah, it's just a mauve-y cool tone color. I thought it was going to be a little bit more neutral, but I think maybe it's just my skin tone that's throwing me off. Like, that's the reason why it looks like that. But I really did, I like it. Like I said, it was just a little bit too creamy, and I do have drugstore lip liners that I prefer a little bit better, just as far as like price point is concerned, but it's not a bad lip liner. And then as well as the lipstick, it's not a bad lipstick. It smells really good, but like I said, I just have other drugstore lipsticks that I like a little bit better. That's what the lipstick looks like next to the lip liner. Again, it's a little bit too cool tone mauve for me. I was expecting this to be a little bit more neutral brown kind of leaning almost. So the formula is really good. It's not going to be one of those lipsticks where it's going to like stay on all day, but it will stay on for quite a bit. But yeah, it's just personal preference, I think, with these products. And then the next one is the My Dream Cheek Trio. This is the blush and highlighter palette. Again, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I have these color highlighters in my collection already. This blush, cream blush, I have, you know, other cream blushes that are similar to this, especially the ones in the Natasha Denona face palettes. They're not exactly dupes, but you know, if you have those in your collection, then you really don't need this in your collection. It's practically almost the same, but yeah, it's not bad. I prefer the blush in this palette over the highlight, like I said, just because I have highlights in my collection already that are similar to this. So it was okay, but it just like I said, it was just okay. It wasn't bad though. Then moving on, I do have two products from Merit Beauty. They did send me this in PR. I do have an affiliate link with them. I really do like the brand. There hasn't really been anything that I like absolutely hated. Either I really do love it, or there's some like very few products that are like, they're okay. They're not my favorite, but they work. They did send me this brow gel. What is this called? It's the volumizing pomade in black brown. It's okay. Like I said, I have drugstore brow pomades that I like a little bit more, especially for the price. You could get, you know, drugstore product, and I just don't like to spend a lot on brow stuff, especially like mascaras. I'm like kind of going into the dark side with that, but for like brow products, it's just not my thing to spend a lot of money. I rather spend the money on like an eyeshadow palette or something. But this isn't a bad product. It's easy to work with. I just throw it in my brows and then get a spoolie, clean it up, and then I'm done. So yeah, very easy to work with. It's just the price. Like I said, there's drugstore that I like a little bit better. Then they did send me this bronze balm. I have it in the shade Clay. Now, this isn't bad. I do like this product. However, I feel like I kind of messed up using it. Like, I should have used it with less makeup. I was using a full face of makeup and I used this, and it's very light. You could barely see it on your skin. And then I don't know if I said, I got the shade Clay. I should have went a shade up darker. So if you've been wanting to try this, I do recommend going a shade darker, just because it's going to be very light. Like, that is a big swatch, but you can even tell like right there how thin the formula is. But like I said, it's not bad. It is very blendable, but just be careful because there's a point where you can over blend it. So yeah, it's nice, but like I said, it's just I prefer something that's a little bit more, like you could see more. But yeah, it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. Okay guys, and then the final product in my light category. Now, these are super expensive, especially for the amount of product you get. But I am talking about the Gucci blushes. Now, here's my thing with them. I just said one of it is because these are very pricey for what you get, and like I said, there's drugstore blushes that I like a little bit better. Not only that, I prefer Hourglass blushes better. Those are more expensive, but I like those. I would rather spend the money on those than these. And I did get 3. That was a big mistake. I should have just got 1. I feel like they should have came out with, or they were missing, I'll say this, I feel like they were missing neutral colors. I feel like the ones that they had in the collection were either too dark and berry tone, or they were too light and coral. I wanted something more nude, and they didn't have that in the collection, so I was a little bit bummed about that. But this is what it looks like. You could tell it is very tiny. This is $49. So like I said, very, very pricey. That's what it looks like. These aren't matte, but they aren't like they're like sheer. Like, I don't want to say sheer though either. They're in between. They're not matte, but they're not glowy. It's the perfect amount of both. But yeah, this is what this one looks like. This is in the shade number 4, Coral Bright. And I just, yeah, like I said, I rather them. That's that one right there. I was hoping that they had came out with some more neutral, like brownish leaning colors, and they didn't have it, but they were just okay. Like I said, you could find other blushes that are more affordable than this rather than getting these. Okay, you guys, and my final category is my disappointment products. These products just felt a little bit short, and yeah, let me start off with these concealers. I do have this concealer from Too Faced, and this is the Born This Way Ethereal Light Illuminating Smoothing Concealer. I have 2 shades. I have Buttercup and Graham Cracker. I forgot which one I used more of, but I remember I did use both. These were just not my favorite. I have other concealers that I like better. These ones were just a little bit too thin for my liking. I felt like I had to keep on going in to get product to, you know, build it up to the desired coverage that I wanted. Yeah, even when I swatch it on my hand, it's very thin and light. This reminds me almost of the ones from Maybelline. I forgot what they're called, but that one I did not like either, and this reminds me of it, just a more higher priced concealer version of that one. But yeah, this was not my favorite. I heard so many people raving about this concealer, and I thought I was gonna like it, and I was hoping I was gonna like it because I did like their Born This Way concealer. I'm not 100% sure if that's what it's called. Was it from them? Yeah, I think it was. If I find a picture, if I remember the name, I'll post it somewhere right here. But I remember there was a concealer that they had like a long time ago that I preferred better than this. But yeah, this was just not my favorite. It's probably a personal preference thing. If you like light coverage under eyes with the concealers, then this might be for you. But just for me, I have very dark purple bluish, especially in the inner corners, and I just need a little bit more full coverage with my concealers, and this didn't do it for me, so this was a pass. Then the next thing I have is by Mario. This is the Master Pigment Pro Pencil. This is in the shade Super Black. Now you guys, I almost got so excited for this because when I put it on the first time, like when I first put it on, it looked good. It looked like it wasn't gonna smudge. It looked like it was gonna stay put. It was really, really black. I really did enjoy it in the beginning, but after a few hours of wearing this, it smudged and like went everywhere. Like, it was bad. I could not believe it. Like, this was just did not stay still. And I've heard people say that it does look good the first like hour, and then it starts to not look good. And I've heard that the brown is better than the black. So I do have both the browns in my collection. I am gonna have to try to use those ones first to see if I like it a little bit more than this black and if there's a difference. But I just had so high hopes with this pencil, and this is a sharpened one, and it does come with this brush. I hate when brands do this. Like, I think it's so wasteful and unnecessary to have a brush at the end of the product, just because I know a lot of people aren't going to use it. The next product is a lip product, and this is from Dior. This is the Rouge Dior Forever Nude Look in 100. Now it looks like this. Very pretty packaging. This is supposed to be transfer proof, but I did find once I like ate and drank and, you know, all that stuff, it did fade away, and I tried not to really mess with my lips just to really test it out, and it did move. And the color I didn't like this says it's a nude color, but when I put it on, this is like pinky. Like, look at, yeah, you could tell right there, that is not nude, that is straight up pink. And even when I put it on my lips, I felt like the color changed. Like, it almost looked coral leaning, and I did not like that. But yeah, I was hoping to like this a little bit more, especially for the price. These are very expensive. Like, I don't think this is worth the price tag, and I was so sad that this didn't work out for me, unfortunately, but this was a pass. Okay, you guys, and the last product that I want to talk about in the fails category is from Beauty Blender. This is the Magic Fit Creamy Bronzer and Highlighter Duo. Just looks like this. So this comes with a bronzer and a highlight. This is the highlighter right here. It is a putty formula. You could tell when I like put my finger in it that is a putty formula. And then you go like this and open it, and then the bronzer is right here. Now I will be honest, today was the first time that I actually got to try the bronzer. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It was a little bit hard to blend out. I do have other cream bronzers in my collection that I prefer more than this. Yeah, the color was good. I just, like I said, I have other bronzers that I like better, and it was very hard to work with. The thing that makes me not like this the most is the highlight. The highlight is too I don't want to say bright, it's too like light. I don't know if that's the right word to say. It's too blingy, I guess is what I want to say. Like you could tell right there. And they don't have other shades that are in between. The next shade after this is too dark for me. It's that one right there, like you could tell. And I just really didn't care for the formula. I prefer the ColourPop Super Shocks over this. And yeah, I didn't like the color. It looked very textured on my skin, and I think that's what I didn't like the most. Okay, you guys, that is it for my super quick speed review on these products. I'm actually really surprised and proud of myself. I didn't spend a lot of time doing this video. I think mainly because I didn't have a lot of products to talk about. I just haven't had enough time to keep up with the makeup, and yeah, this is so stressful sometimes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That would really help me out a lot. And don't forget, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. And until the next time, I will catch you guys later. Bye!